Welcome, everyone. Welcome into Purple Lunar Rose Tarot and Astrology. Tonight, we're going to be looking at the week of September 24th through September 30th. Um, so this September 23rd is actually the end of last week, guys, and that's when Libra season started. We are streaming on the 17th, so we're still a few days away. This is also fall equinox time. So I just want to say happy birthday to all the Libras out there. Hi, Miss Tina. Hi, Miss L. Sandra and Rachel. Guys, don't forget we are streaming on 3 different platforms. We are on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch all at the same time. And that picture that you see on your screen, guys, that's going to be the Aries supermoon that we're talking about tonight. That's going to be the free reading that I will be offering after our collective reading. All right, so let's talk about it. The astrology, September 24th through the 30th. Guys, I picked the Aries full moon clearly because that's what's going to be the most impactful this full moon. This is a fighter energy, and I'm going to tell you guys why this is a fighter energy. While we're waiting for everyone to come in, though, before we get started on this Aries full moon, I actually have something cool to show you guys. We'll come back. We'll come back to it. Guys, I watched some UFC fights last night, which was definitely perfect for this particular full moon. Definitely a fighting energy. I also got to go out on the lake today, guys. I just wanted to show you really quickly while we wait for everyone to come in. There's my lake. If you look out there, you can actually see those 2 little islands out there. And on the far left of your picture is actually the 3rd little island. This is my favorite spot on this very, very big lake. I was telling my son today, I said, when we were coming home off the boat, hi, Jenna, when I would see the 3 little islands, that's how I would know that we were almost home, right? So yeah, I wanted to share that with you guys. I actually have one more. That's not true. I put a couple more. This is just some random dot, guys, that I seen. It's like someone's missing their dock from their house. How do you not notice that like your whole dock is missing? But I did get to do a little fishing, guys. There it is. Look, here we go. So that's me down there fishing. My son came and got me this morning. I got to spend the whole day with him. So wonderful day out on the lake. I'm going to show you guys my big catch of the day. I want you guys to know that I did have the biggest fish of the day. Here it is, guys. That's going to be, that's our big catch of the day. Again, though, that should tell you how it went because, yeah, I had the biggest one. So I told him, I was like, it's not important who gets the first fish. It's important who gets the biggest fish, right? So yeah, guys, just wanted to show you. I know, Miss L, right? That's my lake. I'm telling you, I can't leave. We're here to stay for sure, right? All right, so let's talk about this fighting energy. Oh yeah, the UFC fights. I watched some UFC fights last night. I want to talk about that just a little bit. Um, I've noticed as I'm having my spiritual awakening, and I say like this is my journey, guys. PLR is literally like what's happened to me since I awakened, right? And so I've noticed something in my spiritual awakening. I went a couple of weeks ago and watched the most recent Insidious movie. Have you guys seen that? I was definitely a big fan of scary movies, and I was definitely a big fan of the Insidious movies. And I went to a what's it called, like a drive-in, where you're sitting out in your car and you have the little box that goes in your car and you can listen to. I guess now you tune into a radio station, but back in the day you used to put this little speaker box in your car, and that's how you would hear the movie on the big screen outside, right? So I went to one of those. It was super cool. We got to hang out with some friends. I definitely had a good time, but I noticed that I wasn't as excited at the Insidious movies as I thought that I would be, right? I think that's something that just kind of happens when you're awakening. You tend to want to go towards the light, and things that are more darker, you tend to kind of stay away from, right? So it's interesting because I used to be a very big UFC fan. and I used to watch UFC fights all the time. And last night they had one in Vegas, and it was, I guess it was the Mexican Independence Day. So they were all Mexican fighters, and I just want to say amazing fights last night. But I haven't watched them in a long time. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's not that I'm not drawn to them. I understand it's a sport, but it's like because my um empathic energies, I guess, are so heightened, because all my abilities are so heightened. I feel things a lot different, I would say, than most people. Guardians of the Galaxy, one of my favorite movies myself. But yeah, so it's like I definitely could feel their warrior energy just flowing through them while they're in this cage, right? And I could also feel the inner, like the loss, the pain of the loss, the right. And I just want to say, I was definitely manifesting some wins for the green team, but I noticed that some of those wins were at like some pretty sketchy calls. I seen my very first draw, I think, last night on that card, which was pretty interesting. But yeah, anyway, this full moon, definitely some fighting energy. It does come in on the 29th, guys. This is a super moon. It is the last super moon of 2023. So we've had 3 in a row now, and this is the last one, and it's the last one of the whole year. So this is the moon that's going to be the closest to us for the year and for the rest of the year. And Aries, again, fire energy, right? So when I talk about Aries throughout this whole week, please don't get upset with me. I'm talking to me, okay? But I have all the Aries in my chart, and Aries are we're warriors, right? We fight till the death. And so um, there can be some comments that I may make this week that could get some of you a little standoffish, but just bear with me. We have to accept our qualities, the good, the bad, the ugly, all the way, right? And that's the purpose of our awakening. I'm just learning that actually with doing all this shadow work. So I love it, right? But yeah, so this full moon is going to be very climactic, right? This is definitely like everything coming to a climax with this full moon. So that energy that you hear people talk about full moons, like they tell the crazy stories that happened on a full moon. This is that moon, right? Like, so if you're going to have a crazy story, crazy full moon story for 2023, this is the moon that it's going to happen. But the good things about this moon is that this moon, because again, Aries, it's going to push you for independence. Everyone. It doesn't matter whether you're a single, whether you're in a relationship. It doesn't matter whether this is a work situation, a love situation. It just doesn't matter. This is very much the moon where spirit wants to show you just how powerful you are, right? This is also going to be the full moon where we're going to be speaking truths in relationships. And you got to be cautious with this energy. Again, here we go. Ready? So Aries can be brutal sometimes. If you guys know me, you know, right? If you have an Aries friend or someone that you clearly love unconditionally, you know that when they speak sometimes it can be very blunt, very in your face, very brutal. And here's what I'm going to say about an Aries. If you hurt an Aries, and it doesn't matter how you hurt them, if you cheat on them, if you lie to them, if you stab them in the back, here's how an Aries is going to hurt you back. Are you ready? They can cut you down to the bone with their words. With their words. Like that's it. And sometimes people, you ever heard people say like no words were needed? It was just their eyes. Like they can just look at you and cut you down to the bone. That's the Aries, okay? So when you're trying to be independent with this full moon, don't be a jackass, right? Like don't be that Aries. You want to be cautious with your words. And guys, I promise you, I'm talking to myself too. All right, so the good thing about this full moon, this is Libra season, so compromise. Libras are definitely learning to compromise in this lifetime, right? So I feel like that's the biggest battle for Libra, that they're the scales, right? The justice scales. But Libra, this compromise that's happening with this Aries full moon, you don't want to compromise things. Okay, so compromise means both people, both sides gives a little, right? But you're not compromising at the expense of your goals, your dreams, your aspirations. That's the Aries, right? Aries is me, right? The next thing, this Aries full moon is also going to be a call to action. And this is going to be a call to action again for self-care, self-love. Again, remember Aries, the house of, it's the first house. I don't think that like we try to walk around making it me. It's just that Aries is the first house. So it's the house of I am, right? So for self-care, self-love, it's like it's going to be really important to you to fill your cup. So for most, like for me, for Aries, I feel like I've lived my whole life. That's so not true. That's true. I lived my whole life knowing that it was important that I filled my own cup first. But that doesn't mean that I did it, right? When I had my spiritual awakening, I learned why that was important, right? So I do feel like you're, even if you struggle to take time for yourself, to go out in nature, to take an afternoon to go fishing at the lake, right? Whatever it is that you do, it's like you're gonna, if for some of you it's harder for you guys than it is the Aries. The Aries, it's easy. It's like, oh, we got a lake day, let's go, right? For other signs, they definitely could put energies into more different things, and it's like it's harder for them to focus on themselves. It's harder for them to fill their own cup. It's harder for them, like sometimes you guys feel bad when you're filling your own cup, and then that's where that whole you can't love someone else until you love yourself thing comes into play, right? Let's see, this Aries full moon is going to be all about aligning you with your life's mission. Remember, again, the North Node has moved into Aries. Remember that, okay? And Aries is all about the warrior, purpose, drive. Why am I here in this lifetime? What am I supposed to be doing with all this fiery, feisty energy, right? And guys, you're ready. You're so ready. Some of this is going to be a little bit easier for some of you than others, but I feel like we're definitely at this point in our journey, especially those of you that have been following me for a really long time. A really long time, I say. How long? So I think it's October 1st. We're going to be 3 years, guys. October 1st. Isn't that crazy? I know, right? Would you believe that for a whole year I fought spirit and I was like, man, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. And here we are. I'm so glad I did this. I love you guys so much. What would I do without you, right? Like I have to reach out to you guys each and every day for something or other. All right, but I want to say too, some of you guys are going to hear people say that this full moon may be considered risky energy. You're going to hear that word a lot, risky. That's the Aries again, right? And we are risky. But let me tell you, sometimes, what do they say? With great risk comes great reward. So if you're ready to take the risk, this is the time, guys. This is the moon. But if you're not, just, this is definitely the moon where you're going to want to stay in your lane so that others can get by, right? All right, guys, that's all I have to say about the Aries full moon. And I will show you guys this spread one more time right before we get started. But I am going to start with a collective energy reading first, a collective energy reading. Oh, Sandra, thank you so much for being over on Facebook. Guys, if you're over there on Facebook, please hit that like button for me. Like, share, comment, all those very good things. Miss L says, PLR, I found you after I relocated. I feel like most of you guys found me at a certain part in your journey. And I do feel, you know, what is the law of attraction and like attracts like? Guys, I believe in all that science stuff, and I know that some people think it's Lulu Lala, but I mean, they've studied it. It's energy. It can be seen, looked at, manipulated, changed. I'm just saying, like, at some point, we have to be like, okay with it, right? But I definitely got this energy that we kind of were all coming out of Dark Night of the Soul, and we needed a little extra boost to finish that cycle out. We needed a little extra boost with our self-confidence and our self-worth and all that type of energy. So I feel like that's where Spirit kind of kicked me out here and was like, hey, here's PLR. All right, guys. Rachel, I had just broken up with my ex. Oh, important time in my life. Yes, yes. When I started PLR, when I first met you guys, when you guys first started following me, it was definitely a very important time in my life. It was really my first acceptance, right? Like, we go through levels of acceptance on this twin journey for sure. But it was my first one where I finally told Spirit, okay, I'll do this. But I'm not getting on the camera. I said, I'm not taking my picture. I'm not putting my name out there. I'm not. And look at us 3 years later, right? Rachel, I'm still single a year and a half ago. Hey, that's good, Rachel. You know what that means? That means I seen this post the other day that said we have to stop looking for the one and start trying to be the one, right? So, Rachel, all you're doing is healing yourself and making yourself even more brighter and more beautiful than you already were. And you're going to draw in someone just as bright and just as beautiful, right? All right, collective reading, guys. I pulled up Sacred Traveler and the Modern Witches Tarot. All right, so there's 5 cards, but the last card is guidance. So I'm actually just going to pull 4 cards out first. And this is going to be for our collective energy. So normally this is when we do masculine and feminine energy, but we want to look at this Aries full moon. So I'm going to do the same reading that I'm going to offer you guys for free. Remember, guys, collective energies can, if you guys are on this journey with me, these tend to hit pretty spot on, but definitely could feel like maybe something hits, something doesn't. Don't ever try to like make it fit. Guys, when you try to make things fit, you can definitely be manifesting things that you don't really want, right? All right, so the first thing, Aries prioritizing, right? And goals. Definitely like goals are important to Aries. Drive, passion. What can we get done today, right? All right, so we have protected by angels. You are cherished by angels. I feel like Spirit's just giving me a message. We have fogged in, go slow and take time. All right, so next I'm looking at challenges. 2 cards came out. Surrendering to the journey. It says release control. You did get support is all around you, fellow travelers. I feel like one goes with the other. One goes with the other, right? Fogged in, go slow and take time, but you're highly protected. And surrender to the journey, release control. We're kind of all really doing that, right? And we do have fellow travelers, right? Our PLR tribe. I promise you, it was just like that baseball movie. You guys remember the baseball movie where they were like, build it and they will come? It was definitely like that. It was this energy where I thought I was the only person that had ever experienced this, on the planet. Right? You guys ever think that you're the only ones that ever, experienced all this stuff? Yeah, I definitely did. I didn't want nobody to know. I didn't talk about it. Didn't say anything. That's not true. I told Miss Tina stuff because, she's my best friend and, she was right here and she helped me through a lot of stuff. But yeah, like I was real hush hush about it. And I just didn't want it to like be all out there, but I definitely kept hearing, if you just do it, if you just do it. All right. Let's look at what you're going to need to add some fire to. Remember, Aries is the fire element. So what is it that you need to add some fire to? All right, so valiant courage comes out. Take action with passion. I feel like we're kind of drudging, like we're troops, right? Soldiers, and it's like we're kind of dragging our feet. It's like, oh man, this journey is hard. Man, this sharing our light and shining our light and trying to heal shit is hard, right? So it's like we're kind of dragging our feet. I feel like that I say that all the time. I've been on the spiritual awakening. And I feel like spirit's just kind of dragging me by the ankles, right? Finding sanctuary, opening to your spiritual source. So, in other words, like we need to be excited when it's time to spend time alone. We need to be excited when spirit's trying to communicate with us. I do feel like there was this energy this weekend. So today's Sunday, the 17th. I did feel like there was this energy this weekend, guys, where we just didn't want to listen. There was this energy of like we were trying. There was a little. We weren't real excited about what it was that we had to do. It's not that we weren't excited about what we had to do. We weren't excited about the choices we had to make, right? I just seen 2111 across the screen. But yeah, it's like we knew that we had to make like the right decision or spirit watching decision, right? And it's like we didn't want to. We wanted to, probably make a poor decision. And it was like we definitely struggled. Like we went again, like grudgingly, like, oh, okay, I guess since I have to, you know what I'm saying? I feel like spirit is trying to tell us, especially if you're trying to manifest, guys. I feel like spirit is definitely trying to say here, like we need to be more excited about what it is that we do. And if you don't know, like what it is that you do, like what you're doing out here, look at how far you've healed since you had dark night of the soul, right? And if let's say I'm talking to someone who's still in dark night of the soul, look how far you've come since the beginning, right? Because if you're watching me, if you're listening to my messages, if they pull at your heartstrings, then you're already in the deep dive of learning what the F, right? So it's like, look at how far you've come. Remember when you didn't know what the F? So I'm just saying, like, we've definitely grown. And guys, is it me or is like time going super fast, right? So I feel like we don't give ourselves enough credit for how far we've come. All right, next thing we're going to look at is where you need to let go and relax. Where you need to let go and relax. We have distant thunder, clear the air. So there's definitely some energy of something in the past. I'm going to go ahead and get one more since we got two for the rest of them. So something from the past definitely needs to be released. It's almost like it's got you prisoner in this tower. Desert passage, trust there's a divine plan. You don't want to let it go because that's what you're trying to hold on to. That's what you need to release control of, right? It's going to be the journey, right? And I'm going to say most likely it's going to be the person in the journey. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad this card is on the bottom. I actually got this card today for my own personal reading, guys. Wondrous universe, walk in beauty. I've definitely seen like the astrology, but I got the message that it's just like what I said earlier, right? It's like we're not paying attention to the signs. We're not paying attention to the things that spirit's trying to show us because we're kind of grudgingly going and we're like, man, this shit's hard. I don't want to keep doing this. Like, why do I have to keep learning one lesson after another? It's like we're not seeing the bigger picture, like the grand scheme of things. Like I was telling Rachel earlier, she's like, man, I've been single for a year and a half. This sucks, right? Okay, but what happened in that year and a half that you were single? You became more badass than you already were. You see what I'm trying to say? So it's like now, not only are you going to have a better, healthier relationship, but you're going to draw in more badass people than you were before, right? It's definitely kind of like that. It's like we need to pay attention to the things, the signs that spirit is showing us. If you're growing your business, if you're trying to align your purpose with your work, it's like you need to see the signs where spirit's saying, hey, today's time to work, or hey, you need to take a freaking break today so that you can work all week, right? It's things like that. And it's like spirit shows us all these things every day. I feel like the signs have been here for me like all freaking week. And it's interesting because I had something happen. I had to go to Nashville this weekend to pick up my son. who, by the way, is already gone again, right? Like he's hardly ever here. But anyway, a friend of mine said I think he likes his army family better. I wouldn't doubt it, right? Like he's constantly gone. But anyway, on the way to the airport, something had happened to me that had happened to me before. Um, and with this person, and I was like, I don't know how to explain to this person that this situation bothers me without seeming like I'm just kind of like nagging or bitching, right? And so I kind of course, start nagging and bitching. And so as I'm doing it, it's like I heard spirit say, like, Rosa, you should know by now that everything is by example. So like if I don't want someone to do something, then I need to do it in front of them the way that I want it done, right? It's like that way they see that, like, no, what you're doing is not acceptable. I would like it to be done this way, right? And it's like we tend to want to just stop, especially the Aries. I'm telling you guys, be cautious with the words this week. But it's like we want to stop and explain everything to you. We want to tell you why you're doing it wrong, how we want you to do it right. And that's not what we're doing on this journey, right? Our journey, our purpose is to live our life, have our spiritual awakening, be as freaking honest, truthful, and authentic as freaking possible. That's really hard, by the way, guys. I'm just saying, having your whole freaking life out there. But I'm just saying that's what we have to do. And it's like spirit shows us all the time. There's a divine plan in this. There's a purpose for this. And there's great rewards. We see them every single day, right? Miss L says, I've been seeing orbs. I have too, Miss L. I want to know who's been visiting me. I usually get told. Sometimes I wonder, like, is it me? Like, do I know something special? Like, why did spirit like dump all this information in my lap? Why did spirit tell me the other day when I was having this moment, like, hey, don't yell at this person and say, hey, this sucks. Just show them how you want it done, right? And it's like, why doesn't spirit tell us all these types of things? Why doesn't our higher self come down and guide us and help us every day? Guess what? It does every single day. It happens every day, but like we don't want to listen. We don't want to hear it. We want to go, oh no, I don't want to show by example. I want to scream and holler until somebody listens to what I'm saying, right? Like it's definitely that type of energy. All right, I'm going to clarify a little bit. I just seen the Lovers and the Hanged Man. The Lovers, union, Hanged Man is like there's something paused. All right, let's go slow and take time. So remember, this is Aries full moon. This is about the goals that you're prioritizing. Go slow, take time is coming out. You're protected by angels. You could feel this energy like you want to do something very quickly. And I just want to say Aries is definitely that card. That energy where it's like we run out there and do something very irrational. And then the next day we're like, oh, bleep, what just happened? What did we do? Right? It's that energy. I'm telling you guys, Aries full moon, this is the one to be cautious of, right? All right, go slow, take time. Four of Swords comes out. So it's like this energy, again, you're overstressed, you're not having faith, you're not trusting there's a divine plan, but it's like this energy, like if you can do this, if you can just go slow, take your time, have faith in this divine plan, in this divine journey that you're on, then Four of Swords is a blessing. It's a blessing comes in. And I've definitely been feeling that. Like we've been seeing rewards, right? All right, release control. So this is going to be the challenges. This is something that you're struggling with. Surrendering to the journey. It's because you want the journey to be a certain way with a certain person, right? All right, so release control. I promise you guys, I'm definitely learning that the Ace of Pentacles comes out. But I'm definitely learning that like Spirit's plan is better than my plan. You know what I'm trying to say? Like every time I think I have it figured out, or every time I think I know what it is that I want, it's like as soon as I, again, think I know it, it's like Spirit explains to me why that's not exactly what I want, right? Or why something would be bigger or better or grander. You see what I mean? It's like we limit ourselves so much. It's crazy. But Ace of Pentacles is here. And Ace of Pentacles is a new start, a new journey, a new gift, a new offer. It's almost like Spirit saying, if you can release control, if you can stop. So this is not me talking, okay? This is just Spirit talking. But it's like, if you can let Spirit do Spirit's job, instead of trying to do it for spirit, right? Like that's what the message I'm getting. It's like we're trying to do his job, his, her, whatever. I don't know. I'm so sick of the labels. But it's like if we're, it's like we need to just release control and understand that like spirit knows what to do. Right? Like it doesn't, spirit doesn't need our direction or like our guidance or our telling it step by step what needs to happen, right? All right, valiant courage, take action with passion. So we have Six of Pentacles coming out. This is you. This is you giving. How interesting. Six of Pentacles is normally like getting assistance, getting help. But I definitely got like this is you. You're giving. You're doing something. So you need to give. That's the action. You need to give something. Most likely it's like, remember how I was saying I didn't really want to come out here and tell my whole story, right? Be like, oh, this weird crap happened to me, right? And here's what's happening to me today. But that's a gift. And again, it's a gift because remember, Jenna, when you thought like you were the only one and it only happened to you? Or like Miss L, remember when you thought you were the only one? Or Sandra, you may not have known who was the one, but you were like, man, some weird shit's happening and I don't know what's happening, right? Like now you kind of got a little bit more idea of like, hey, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. This is the why, where, when, right? So it's like that's your gift because there's going to be people around you that also, you know what I'm saying, are like having that moment where, what am I supposed to do, right? And you're there to shine your light and be like, hey, I went through that. I dealt with something like that. I went through dark night of the soul. I talk to God every day now. This is how you do it, right? That's what you're doing. And it's definitely a gift. But I'm getting like this energy, like everything will be balanced. I had a friend of mine this weekend tell me, he said, I said, you know, we were talking about purpose. What was his purpose? What's his drive? What's he want to do in this life, right? What's he feel called to do in this life? And he said honestly that he didn't know. He didn't know like what he felt, you know, called to do or drawn to do. But he did know that every day he woke up every day and he knew he was going to help somebody in that day, whatever it is, he would help them. Like, so I don't know, if he saw somebody walking down the road, he would pick them up and give them a ride. If somebody was broke down, he would stop and ask them if they need help. You know what I'm saying? If someone called and said, hey, can you take me to wherever, like he would do these things, of course with no expectation, right? Because that's his good deed of the day. Sometimes that's your purpose, right? Sometimes you're that guy, you're that person, you're that lady that like people call you to do something and it's like you shine God's love or like you show God's love in the way that you help people just in your everyday regular life, right? Hi, Amanda. All right. So what you need to add fire to your gifts, your gifts. Where you need to let go and relax, you need to trust. You need to trust that there's a divine plan and you need to have faith. The journey, the soul, the journey that your soul chose. All right, so Three of Pentacles is here. You're not doing it alone. I love that I picked the Modern Witches Tarot. You're not doing it alone. And what you have to offer, I feel like you may think that it's not good or it's not enough or it's not, I don't know, like something about it's not pretty enough. None of that is true. You glow in a way that is undescribable. Your skin glows, your eyes glow. You know how they say that the eyes are the windows to the soul? Watch how people make eye contact with you. Watch how people are drawn to you. It's your energy. I mean, I'm not trying to like be mean or say anything. We could probably have like moles on our noses and nobody would notice, right? Like we're so self-conscious. Okay, I don't know about you guys, but me, I'm so self-conscious about myself. And people are constantly stopping me and like, Rosa, please stop doing that. You're beautiful. You're this, you're that. And it's like, I don't know. I'm just so hard on myself. I will say that it probably has something to do with a 20-year karmic marriage where there's a lot of like abusive words and put downs and whatnot, right? Like that probably has something to do with it. I'm definitely working on it, can you tell? But yeah, it's like this energy of like you have something big to offer, and it's like people want to work with you. It's not just like people are trying to take from you. It's like they want to come to you and be like, man, how did you do that? How can I exchange energy with you so that I can start to learn this type of energy, so I can start to learn this type of healing, so I can start to manifest in the things that I want, right? Guys, I promise you, when you start doing this, life changes. It doesn't mean millions of dollars is going to fall out of the sky, but I'm just saying you're going to have more opportunities than you probably did before, right? It's like you're following spirit's purpose, spirit's will, unconditional love. There's definitely blessings that come in, right? All right, so I'm going to pull Power of Love for guidance. I'm definitely hearing the fellow travelers again with Three of Pentacles. Oh, here comes Spencer coming to visit. All right, guys, a little guidance for the Aries full moon. Gratitude. You fully appreciate the invaluable lessons that life lovingly presents to you. Spontaneity came out. I feel like this came out for us not too long ago. You move beyond the constraints of the mind and freely and lovingly embrace new situations. Guys, Aries is all about new. We get bored easily. It's new, 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 new all the time. So that's not too surprising. And I'm also getting too, for those of you that are trying to manifest, you're getting better at it, right? And it's the gratitude. Like, don't forget that as this new energy comes in. This is definitely going to be the energy where you're going to be standing in the thing that you were praying for, in the thing that you were manifesting. This is that full moon. So when you're standing there and that thing that you've been asking for and praying for however long comes in, make sure that the first thing that comes out of your face is thank you, right? Like that definitely needs to be. Trust also comes out. So you have trust in two different oracles, all right? You have a strong connection to your soul's loving voice and have faith in your intuition. You have a strong connection to your soul's loving voice and have faith in your intuition. Guys, trust yourself with this Aries supermoon. It can be very powerful, and you can definitely find some very big changes in both love and money with this specific full moon. Again, this is the last supermoon of 2023. All right, guys, that's it. I'm ready to go check out that list. Rachel, Supermoon read, Jenna, Amanda, Miss L. Guys, this is what we're doing. So here's the Aries free reading that I'm offering. This is the one we just did with our collective energies. We look at your goals that you're prioritizing. We look at the toughest challenges that you may face. I'm going to stick with tarot, guys. Where you need to add your fire energy, your fire element, where you need to let go and relax. And then, of course, we will pull a guidance card. I'm probably going to use the Sacred Traveler for guidance. But then I'm also offering the Talking to Heaven, the love messages. I know you guys love the love messages, right? And of course, just let me know if you want new or the OGs. I have both of them here. And let's see. Oh, and then of course, Twin Flame. And if you have a question, and that's going to be $10 and $5. Guys, if you do a paid reading, just let us know in the comments. You do skip the line. All right. Katarina, hello. All right, I'm just going to jot down a few of those really quickly, Sandra, so I don't have to keep scrolling back up. All right, so we have Rachel, Jenna, Amanda, Miss L. Rachel, Jenna, Amanda, Miss L, and Sandra. I love you guys. Are you feeling the Aries full moon energy? I feel like, how can we not, right? Like, we had the, what was it, Aquarius full moon at the beginning of August, right? And then we had what was it? Pisces blue moon, right? And then the Virgo new moon, I swear that Virgo new moon felt like a full moon to me. So it was like, I don't know. And then now we have the Aries supermoon. I'm telling you, these moons are, whoo. But like look back the lunar cycles, guys. Like instead of looking back like, oh, where was I last year? Just look back a few lunar cycles back, right? All right, Rachel. So Rachel's gonna do Aries full moon. I wanted to use the Modern Witches Tarot, but that's a shame because see, Spirit, I didn't have those cards out because I thought we were gonna use these cards. All right, I got it. Danny on YouTube. All right, so we're gonna do it same way, Rachel. Let me pull you up so we know who we're doing. And then I'll pull Sacred Traveler at the end for guidance, Rachel. All right, so the first thing we're looking at are goals, what it is that you're prioritizing or need to prioritize. All right, Four of Wands comes out. Wow, firm foundation, financial security, union. But I think it's the financial security. Spirit's definitely saying you need to focus on the money. All right, let's look and see what challenges you may be facing. Rachel, what challenges you may be facing. King of Cups comes out, divine masculine energy, counselor, mentor. I heard the word lonely. I heard it, Rachel. And it's a therapist energy, right? It's someone to talk to. It's not just lonely. It's someone that you can talk to about like, I'm hearing you. Okay. Sorry. Sometimes it comes so fast. It's like it's hard to but it's like you're thinking, man, I'm doing this and I can see where my success is, you know, in this financial security. But it's like you can see it, but it's like it's not like what's the point of working towards something or getting towards something or doing something or even accomplishing something. It's like there's no one's there when you get back at the end of the day to like sit down and talk to you and be like, hey, guess what happened to me today, right? Guys, when you're on your twin journey, that's your counterpart. That's your divine masculine. That's why King of Cups is my divine masculine clue card. This is the person you tell everything to. When something exciting happens, you can't wait to tell them. When something sad happens, you want to tell them, right? You want to talk to them about it. They're literally like the person that you talk to about everything. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Rachel. All right, let's look and see, where do you need to add fire? Where do you need to add fire? All right, Page of Cups comes out. Page of Cups is the I was gonna say it's the I'm sorry card. Kelsey Richards on Facebook, but it's not actually I'm sorry, Rachel. It's actually forgiveness. So, I feel like, okay, this is gonna two ways here a little bit. Okay, so I'm getting like maybe you want someone to say they're sorry, and I'm getting like the message is use that to fuel your fire. Use the fact that they didn't say sorry or that their sorry meant so like it was so little or such a little like they didn't realize how, I don't know, like it needed a lot more than just an I'm sorry, right? It's like use that to fuel you for something. Also, if you feel like you need to be asked, like you need to ask for forgiveness, like don't be hard on yourself for whatever that is. It's like Spirit acknowledges that you acknowledge that there's something, right? All right, what you need to let go and relax. Let go and relax. All right, so the Emperor comes out. I think, okay, so Spirit's not going to tell you, Rachel, step out of your leadership role. Rachel, I don't want you to be confident in yourself. Spirit's never going to say that, right? You have an Aries around you, and that's what Spirit's saying, like, you need to let go and relax with that situation. This could be someone that's around you that's really wise. Maybe they're really spiritual. They've learned a lot in their journey. But Spirit's like, you need to, that's what you need to let go and relax about. What's meant to be is going to be. It cannot pass you, right? Strong Aries. But also the water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Rachel, stepping into power, you are strong beyond measure. I do feel like, see how the wind is blowing him, like the storm is coming in. I feel like you're actually been in the storm. It's like you're coming through it. You've been coming through it for a long time. But you're definitely looking for something. See how he's got the lantern? It's like your goal is to find something. And I think the goal here, like what Spirit wants you to do, is focus on your finances and have faith that whatever this Aries energy is, like when it's time, when it's meant to be, that type of thing. Like have faith that that comes in when it's needed. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I hope that was helpful, Rachel. Jenna is next. Jenna, let me know. Which reading are we doing? Are we doing the Aries full moon? I'm going to show you guys again. Free 5 cards, guys. I'm also offering love messages for free and the Talking to Heaven. If you want to ask a question, guys, there is some energy exchange involved there. $5 to ask a question and $10 for the full twin flame energy reading. Of course, the paid readings jump the line. Thank you, Rachel. Aries moon keys, sweet. Sweet. This is my moon, guys, for real. But because I'm an Aries, I don't know if I should be excited about this moon or a little timid about this moon. Extra cautious about this moon. All right. Modern Witches Tarot, sweet. Ooh, maybe we'll get to go back and forth. I feel like Spirit doesn't necessarily like it when again, the Aries, I get bored. I want to jump back and forth, different tarots, different oracles, and Spirit's like, no, you need to focus on this energy. Dang it. All right, Jenna. I guess I should move the old ones out, right? So the first thing I'm looking at is goals. What goals you need to prioritize. All right, wow. The Lovers and the Star comes out. Jenna. All right, so the Lovers, very much a clue card for the twin flame journey. For me today, this is why I wanted to use the Modern Witches Tarot. In fact, this was the whole reason that I wanted to use the Modern Witches Tarot, because I also got the Lovers, and the Lovers definitely gave me this energy of union. We did see Highly Spice. We did see the union energy coming out for that collective reading, but there definitely was some. I also seen the Hanged Man that came out the Lover, so it was like there was a pause in this energy. The Star, Jenna, is about having hope for your future, of course, but you see the little white stars going around the big star. I always got this energy, and I feel like it says it in the book for the Modern Witches Tarot. It's like things start to snowball in, right? So definitely the twin journey should be your priority, your goal. Most likely this is going to be new start. Remember, the Lovers is not the fairy tale, you know what I'm saying, type of energy. That's going to be Two of Cups. I water you, you water me, we grow together, yada, 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 right? The Lovers is that very challenging decision that you have to make every day when you have to choose to love and heal yourself. All right, Jenna, let's see what challenges you may experience. Those are pretty big goals, right? But Major Arcana says Spirit steps in. Look, Spirit steps in. Big confirmation. Six of Swords. You're being guided. Pay attention to the signs, Jenna. I feel like some of us are ignoring them. Maybe like signs too. Like I was telling my son today, I noticed that when he caught 3 fish today. I just want to say, did you guys see my little fish? Mine was bigger than his, all 3 of his. But he did get 3 of them. And each time I saw a yellow butterfly. So it's like, pay attention. Sometimes it's like we think that it's so minor or something that we see all the time. Spirit, Jenna, Spirit is somehow guiding you towards something that's calmer, something that's easier. It's like, this has been so challenging back here. All right, where Spirit thinks you need to add fire, where you need to add the fire element in your journey. I'm totally gonna, just so we don't get yelled at later. All right, 9 of Cups comes out. This is divine wishes being granted. So Jenna, it's like, are you wishing for things or have you given up wishing for things because things were taking too long to come in? I'm definitely getting don't give up. I know it's like 9 of Wands energy, but it's like you're almost to something with that 9 of Cups. And whatever it is, it's something you've really been wanting for a long time. Add more fire to it. All right, so where you need to let go and relax, where you need to let go and relax. The Modern Witches Tarot, it's such a big deck. It's hard to shuffle them sometimes. All right, the Strength card comes out. There's some Leo energy. This is the internal conflict. This is the inner fight, Jenna. This is where you tell yourself, and I'm not saying you do this all the time, but like, let's say, I feel like the message I'm getting from Spirit is that there's something about an inconsistency. It's like you can do it for a majority of the time, but maybe when something starts to like get challenging or something takes too long or it looks like you're not going to get it, it's like internally you're like, man, I knew that wasn't coming, or man, I knew that wasn't going to work. You see what I'm trying to say? And it's like you build up all this momentum and all this energy and you have it circulating. What do they call it? The vortex, right? You have it going and it's like all of a sudden you say one little thing and bam, now you got to pick all that energy back up and start all over again, right? So there's something about the internal way you speak with yourself, the way that you, I don't know, like struggle when things don't come quick enough. Leo energy. I just want to say you got 3 out of 5 major arcanas, and the best one of them all. Look at that. The Magician on the bottom, Jenna. As above, so below. You also have all the tools. You have all the elements. The Magician is definitely the card that uses all the elements. The cups, the wands, the swords, the pinnacles, everything, right? All right, Jenna, let's do guidance. Yes, guys, please tap that like button for me. 100%. I love it, Jenna. Jenna, what's the picture? I can't see what the picture is. It's so tiny on my screen. It looks like a boat or a ship. I seen a barge today. I wish I had got a picture of it. Barges are always going up and down. They're pretty cool to watch. You know what's not cool to watch? The crazy people that take their jet skis and their boats next to the barges. Like, oh my gosh, leave that poor people alone, right? All right, so several came out. I'm going to read all of them, Jenna. Mystic Healer says healing energy flows through you. Gates of triumph, success expands in your life. I definitely got this confirmation from Spirit that you've been removing the things that have been blocking your doorway. I love that, Jenna. We've all been doing that.
fogged in, go slow, take time. This came out for the collective reading. Guys, this Aries moon is going to make you feel like you want it right now, right? 9 of Cups, you want it right now. Go, 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 right? Don't do that. Don't do that. Think things through. Be calm. But I just want to say, for those of you, again, the risky energy, right? For those of you that, you know, I wouldn't say be impulsive at this time. That's never going to be good. Always think these through. But it's like if you've been working on something for a long time, it's like you've been building your momentum on it. This is definitely the time to take the leap, right? You also got navigating by the stars, follow your bliss, fellow travelers, and breaking a trail. All right, Jenna, I hope that reading was helpful. Thank you, Danny. Amanda is next. Amanda, let me know, which ones are we doing? Are we doing the talking to heaven? Oh, I love it, Jenna. I'm going to put it back up there, guys, while we're getting ready. The Aries full moon. It's going to be here on the 29th, guys, the 29th. Still got a little time to prepare. Miss L is after Amanda. Amanda says, talking to heaven. Laura on YouTube, hello. One call away is playing. One call away, I'll be here to save the day, he said. And I was told to say it, so I don't know who that was for. All right, Amanda, talking to heaven. Guys, I do offer the Talking to Heaven reading in my Etsy shop. I actually did one this week, or last week, I guess. And I have a specific spread that Spirit helped me make when I was, you know, doing all the things and preparing for PLR. The mediumship, I always say, is something that is, I guess I gotta take the video off, right? But the mediumship is something that I say came with the twin journey. Many of you that are on the journey will see that you also can speak with you know, the other side, right? I definitely realized, like, after my awakening, that this would be part of the purpose, part of my alignment. And it's definitely something that I feel like we do to balance our things, right? It's definitely a giving back, the mediumship, right? Amanda helps me practice a lot. I will say, ever since the Kundalini thing happened, right, which would have been like the beginning of August, I definitely feel like the abilities have heightened, and I feel more in control now too. I feel like before, I was really scared, and I feel like I was more nervous, and like, you know, they would just tell me all the messages at one time, and I couldn't really control like who I was talking to or what was coming in. I was always highly protected. I never felt scared or anything like that. But yeah, like now I feel like I can actually like pick and choose and have a conversation instead of like having the 30 messages just, you know, bombarded, right? Like now I can kind of go really more direct, I guess you can say. But I do have one I just wanted to mention. Make sure you guys know. I know we always talk twin flame stuff, but I do have a special grief spread that Spirit helped me put together for the Talking to Heaven cards. And guys, Etsy shop link is always going to be in the description box of the video. My death was painless. Please don't worry or hold on to guilt. This is your mom. As souls, we do not feel physical death. I remember that within the blink of an eye, I was outside my body looking down at it. I immediately felt an intense sense of happiness and peace. It was indescribable, yet I wanted to tell everyone. Amanda, are you astro traveling? I just heard that. It's interesting because people have been messaging me a lot about the astro traveling. Actually seen a couple of things too with some just friends, people that I know, experiencing it like here in my own life. Um, a lot of times we do this when we think we're sleeping, we think we're dreaming. You may think that you're dreaming. You may think that you're dreaming of this person or that um huh. I wonder if you think you're dreaming or if you actually know what's happening. And then I feel like while it's happening, you actually know it's happening. Like you know that it's not a dream when it's happening, but you may not always remember in the morning. Like the dream is fleeting, like it's getting away from you and you're trying to reach it. So it's like you remember these little pieces and you're like, oh, I know she said something to me, but you may not remember what it was, right? Something like that. Sorry, I'm going to start over. My death was painless. Please don't worry or hold on to guilt. As souls, we do not feel physical death. I remember that within the blink of an eye, I was outside my body looking down at it. I immediately felt an intense sense of happiness and peace. It was indescribable, yet I wanted to tell everyone. I was also able to see the thoughts you created and carried with you in your mind. We are pure energy vibrations of light. Please know that your thoughts of guilt and worry block our light. They don't serve either of us well and create unnecessary debris. Know that I am happy and that a soul can never be harmed. That's important too, because I feel like there's something about you being protected that's important, I tell you. All right, I'm going to leave it there, Amanda. I hope that was helpful. Do you feel like you have fleeting, oh, so sorry. Do you feel like you have fleeting memories, like when you first wake up? Like this happens to me a lot, actually. I think I try to block out my nighttime travels. But it's like I don't know. I try not. I feel like before I didn't remember them because I drank a lot. And it's like I couldn't remember. Now I feel like I can't remember because I would smoke a lot. But I don't know. I feel like when I smoke less, I can remember them more, I guess. But yeah, like I always feel sometimes like in the morning, like it's fleeting, it's getting away from me. It's like I have to hurry up, grab my journal, write it down because I don't want to forget whatever it is or something like that. All right. I hope it was helpful, Amanda. Lee Spice, are you ever going to add more stuff to the Etsy shop? Tell me what more stuff would you want me to add to the Etsy shop? Do you mean like things? You know what I've been thinking about doing? Well, I've actually already started. I'm making a 2024 calendar. I was thinking about adding that to the Etsy shop. But then I got to thinking, man, like I'm doing all this work. Like I think it would be easier for me. It's not like I'm selling hundreds, right? But I think it would be easier for me and maybe like more beneficial if I just print them myself. You know what I'm saying? Like bulk print them and then ship them out and mail them out myself. But yeah, I'm not sure. Right now in the Etsy shop, it's only just the private readings, but there is like 15 at least, right? So I'm just saying there's like 15 options in there you can choose from. But if you have a reading that you would like me to add in there, you just let me know. Amanda says, I usually remember my dreams. Ooh, that's interesting because I felt like you weren't remembering something and they were telling me it's getting away from you and like to grab it, write it down, get it down quickly. Sandra says, I almost never remember mine. I almost never remember mine unless like spirit, makes me. I'm like, mine are normally like I'm saying, like where I wake up and it's like just a few thoughts and it's like, oh, I gotta write that down. But I will fill a dream journal up pretty quickly with these little miniature thoughts of what I remember. And then it's like a week later or maybe 10 days later, I'm like, oh my gosh, I know what that means now, right? Like it takes me all these little bits and pieces to figure out one thing, right? Miss L, you are up. All right, Miss L, let me know which one we are doing. Are we doing the Aries full moon, love messages, or talking to heaven? And then after Miss L, I had Sandra. And that's all. I stopped there. I don't know. I don't know who all we have after that. Mugwort. Ooh, that's interesting, Miss L. That's the second time I've heard that word. Laura says she's driving but listening to us. Drive carefully, Laura, but thank you for listening. All right, Amanda, Miss Alessandra, Katerina. Infinity is one. I didn't even see Infinity come in. Kelsey on Facebook, Danny and Lee Sweet Spice. Talking to heaven. I had to change the music a little bit. Ooh, Miss L, I picked them up and I seen you have nothing to feel guilty about. You have nothing to feel guilty about. I was going to shuffle Miss L, but I was told, nope, I have to tell you. But I don't believe that's your card. All right, let me get it out for Miss L. Miss L, so you have like a team, right? Here, right? So ancestors, loved ones. So is there like, do you feel, is there, I know it's gonna be, may sound weird, but do you feel guilty for not being with them? Or is there someone on the other side that you feel guilty that you're not there, like on the other side of the veil with them? I don't think it's like, oh, I wish I had talked to you more before you pass, or oh, I wish we would have seen each other more, nothing like that. It's almost like I think I feel like I'm supposed to be there too. Look at that. I wish I had told you more often how much I love you. I feel like I just said that it wasn't this because, okay, it's because you didn't have the chance. All right, let's read it out of the book. I wish I had told you more often how much I love you. It's funny, when I first came over here and had a chance to look back at my earthly life, I realized the way in which my own insecurities and fears held me back from expressing the true innermost parts of my heart. There's something about the words parts of my heart, Miss L, that are sticking out. I was so caught up in my own day-to-day life that I didn't take the time to express myself like I should have. If you could look up to the sky right now, you would see I love you written in the clouds and colored by the stars. From my spiritual perspective, I know all the little things you did quietly for me and can't thank you enough. Love continues to live in your heart, and together we can be reassured that it can never die. Miss L, I have goosebumps from the top of my scalp down to my toes. Um, I think that it's possible you just didn't have an opportunity to say, I love you. Maybe this is like at the end for whatever reason. But I want you to know, Miss L, that this energy stays within you. And it's like it's constantly with you. So the feeling of I should be there shouldn't, that's not really true because it's here with you here. All right. Like it can't leave you is what I'm trying to say. All right, Miss Al, I hope that was helpful. Whew. They can get deep. Miss Al says I talk to them every day. I love it. All right. Sandra. Sandra is next. Sandra, let me know. Are we doing the Aries full moon? Love messages. Talking to heaven. SuperMoon. I love it. All right. I've just seen Sagittarius, Temperance. All right, Sandra. So what you need to make a goal or priority, you have the moon. So it's your emotions, your feelings, shadow work, shadow work. We run from our shadow work. Let me tell you, I completely understand. Oh my gosh, guys, I just realized there's mud. There's mud on my arm from where I was fishing. All right. The Page of Cups comes out. Sandra, Page of Cups is your challenges. These are small offers. That's the challenge. The offer is too small. Where you need to add fire, where you need to add the fire element. We have 7 of Swords. Well, Spirit's not going to tell you to lie or deceive anyone. But Spirit may tell you not to tell everyone something. That definitely. Like maybe, okay, so here's the story of the 7 of Swords. The story, the like, Rider-Waite story that we all talk about, the cards we know, the 7 of Swords. It talks about how the man has, yes, he stole the swords from the other camp, but it's like the other camp was coming to kill him when they woke up. So he stayed up that night, right? And while the other camp was sleeping, it's like he snuck over there and stole their swords. So when they woke up, they couldn't come stab him, right? It's that energy. So it's almost like you could be, I don't know. It's like you could be telling someone something or like talking too much about something, and it's like you just kind of need to keep that energy to yourself. There's no need to tell everyone what it is that you feel like that you're doing. It's also possible too. Again, this could be like, this could add fire to your fuel to your fire, is if you learn that someone is keeping something from you, right? Or being deceitful to you. It's like, instead of going and stabbing them with one of these swords, just let it add fire, fuel to your passion, right? Give you more drive. All right, where you need to let go and relax, where you need to let go and relax. Ace of Wands, destiny, fate. All right, you're in this energy of what's my purpose? What am I supposed to be doing? Why is all this happening, right? This is definitely the energy of have faith that everything that's happening has a purpose. It's that energy. All right, let's do a guidance card from Sacred Traveler. It's alignment. Do you know, off chance, Sandra, do you know where your North Node is? I feel like you told me recently. I feel like you know. Could you tell me really quickly if you do know? If you don't, it's okay. But I heard North Node. It's like you're trying to find your purpose. I feel like you're gonna get, this moon's gonna show you something. It's something you make with your hands. Are you making something? Sandra, is it the crystals? Is it the wire crystal? Is it the you're putting something into the crystals with your hands. Like when you're doing that wire thing where you were making that jewelry or whatever that thing was. I remember, I'm seeing it in my head. I just don't know what the freaking word is that it's called. But you see his hands? You see the hands? I know this is going to be so out there, but I am just hearing it, so I'm just going to say it. You are the most. The Dance Monkey song is on. Sandra, I don't know if you've heard that song. I love the beat to this song. But it's the dance for me song, right? It's like you feel like you're having to dance for someone, put on a show for someone, do something. And this is like for the most part of something. But when you're in that moment where you're putting those crystals or those things or that wire around there, you know that your energy is going into that. Like you may not know what it is that you're doing, but it's like you know that you feel it. You probably feel it in your hands. But it's like when you're doing it, it's like I almost have the thought like, man, I wish I could just do this all the time. I'm tired of having to go do this stand up thing over here. You see what I'm saying? I wish I could be here doing this all the time. That's it. That's important. Like what it is that you wish you want to do all the time is what you're supposed to be doing all the time. You know what mine was? I wish I could read tarot all the time. I swear to you, that's what mine was. So I'm just saying, like, whatever I wish I could do this all the time, you have to incorporate that into your resource, your thing, right? So in other words, don't make these and then give them away. I mean, you can give some away if you want to, especially some of your friends, close friends, right? But yeah, like don't just, there's something powerful there. All right, let's do the guidance. Stepping into power, you are strong beyond measure and journey by moonlight, believe in magic. This is where you struggle right here. You know you're the warrior, you're the fighter, you got the no quit. I don't know where your Aries is, but it's badassery. But the journey by moonlight, believe in magic, that's where you struggle. That's where Aries struggles too. It's like, we want to believe in magic, but it's like we come right after Pisces. It's like Pisces took up all the magic. You know what I mean? Aries is like, show it to me for real. I need to be able to hold it in my hand. You see what I'm saying? Believe in magic. All right. I hope that was helpful. Sandra said, you know I'm going to give some away. Oh, is that a super chat? Is that a super chat? It is, Miss L. Oh, I love you so much. Thank you, Miss L. Yes, guys. Super chats can definitely be used to tip your reader. All right, let me see. Where is my list? Oh, yeah. Mars and Aries. I knew that. I did know that too. We just talked about it the other day. All right. Katerina, you're next. Let me know that you're still here. Katerina. Infinity is one is going to be after Katerina. And I have Kelsey on Facebook, Danny, and Lee Spice. Katerina, let me know. I know it's hard to wait, guys, especially when they get, I can talk, right? Spirit knows I can talk. Okay, please get full moon reading. I love it. Yes, absolutely. Star Luba. All right. Modern Witches Tarot. I feel like I'm allowed to have a little fun today. We're able to go back and forth. All right, Katerina, 4 cards. Ace of Cups comes out. Your intuition, trusting your intuition. Also, your emotions need to be like direct priority. 6 of Swords comes out in reverse. So your challenges is that you're not listening to spirit. So Katerina, when I was talking earlier about how we're not paying attention to the signs, or we think the signs are something normal, something we see every day. So it's like we're getting too used to it and we're not paying attention to it. That's what I'm hearing. Add fire. It's also too, like, if this is about an overflow of emotion, Katerina, you may not like what, okay, so I'm just saying, again, we're in a collective energy. I'm on this journey, this very specific journey. Katerina, you've been following me for quite some time. You're clear, we're on the same boat, right? We're on the same type of spiritual journey. Sometimes when our emotions are high, we don't like what we hear, or we don't like the message that we hear or see, or the confirmation, and we're like, man, I'm just ignoring that because it's not the one I want, right? All right, where you need to add the fire element, where you need to add some passion, some drive. All right, so 8 of Pentacles comes out. This is where you put your focus. This is work, dedication. So if you're having like an overflow of emotion, you could feel, Katerina, like maybe at work, you don't feel like it's not fulfilling. Maybe the emotions are because the purpose is not aligning with what you do. That's kind of happening with everyone right now. But there's something about like where you put your focus. It's like we make things bigger, right? We're how does it go? Where our focus goes, energy flows. Is that how it goes? Something like that, right? But there's something about like you could feel, maybe that's why you're not paying attention to the signs, because you're like, man, I need these pentacles. I can't just leave these pentacles. All right, let's look and see where you need to let go and relax. Where you need to let go and relax. Six of Swords did come out though in reverse. All right, Two of Wands. So you have this overwhelming energy that you feel like I have to make a decision. I have to make it right now. Katarina, that's that Aries full moon. Think things through. Go slow. Um, if you're not seeing the signs, ask Spirit to make those signs more clear. Ask for a specific sign and don't make a movement until you see the sign. Don't be like me, Rosa, where I'll ask Spirit for a sign and then like 3 days will go by and I'll be like, well, screw it. Spirit's not giving me the sign, so forget it. I guess that's not it. Or I'll be like, oh, don't send me that sign no more. Now I want a different sign. I mean, come on, right? And that's just me, Katarina. That's something I do. Luckily, Spirit loves me unconditionally. But yeah, there's this energy of like you think that you have to make a decision right now, and I don't think that's necessarily true. Bottom of the deck is Ten of Wands. You could feel a lot of weight on your shoulders, like you have a lot on your plate at this time. Let's pull a guidance card out. This is going to be Sacred Traveler. So I'm asking your higher self, Katarina, a little guidance with the Aries full moon, please. You have impasse, reflect and redirect your energy, and rejuvenating rain, clear the past and heal the present. Katarina, it's something with some emotional energy with this Ace of Cups and the water, the lake. Guys, I'm telling you, this is why I can't leave where I'm at. There's such a flow in this lake. It's so powerful, the energy that goes through there. But it was funny, Katarina. I took my son, or my son, I guess, took me fishing today. And on the way to the lake, he's like, Mom, did you know that there's energy in water? And I said, yes, son, I did know that. But I feel like, again, the reason I like this lake so much is because it has a river running through it, and it's a big river. So it's like nothing gets stagnant. The energy is constantly moving. It's constantly flowing. If you feel like you're stuck, reflect and redirect your energy. But it could have something to do with like clearing up your past, healing something, cleansing something, right? All right, Katarina, I hope that was helpful. Oh, she says, interesting. This is the second time I'm hearing this. Where focus goes, energy flows. That's it, right? It is interesting. All right, let's see. I have infinity is one. Infinity is one. Let me know that you're still here and which reading we're doing. Live messages from Leo. Love it. All right, so do we want soulmate love messages? These right here? Ooh, calm down. Or do we want the OGs that we use for our masculine and feminine energies? I have them too. Kelsey Richards, are you still here? How about we do both? Infinity is one. How about we do both? All right, so think of your Leo. Let me click on it so we all know what we're doing. Did you get my message? So this is why I had to pull the old ones out, because that's not going to be in here. There's So you're wanting a message from them, but they feel like they've been waiting for you. So that's interesting. It's possible like maybe something didn't go through. They think you got it, but you didn't. They think maybe you're choosing not to have a reply. This could be telepathic too. Like this person could be trying to speak with you telepathically. If that's the case, then you both have spoken about this before. You both have spoken like how you can feel their energies when they're not around, and it's like now they're trying to do it on purpose, right? It says I'm a better person because of you. I feel more optimistic and full of life. I'm so grateful I met you. Are you sure you are real? I feel like they actually struggle sometimes. You could have definitely like maybe you woke this person, right? You both awakened each other here. But it's like you sometimes it's like the way they felt with you, like they don't feel that now, right? So it's like wherever they're at. So it's like now they're like, man, I almost wish I didn't know it could be that way, right? Because now that I know it can be that way, and this happens with the twins all the time, right? When we meet our twin, our counterpart, we put them freaking up here, right? And then everyone has to meet the up here, which is absolutely freaking ridiculous, but we do it. Um, and really, is that real, right? But anyway, but it's definitely this energy of like, you know, man, if I didn't know that there was this level, then these people haven't like they wouldn't be failing all the time because I'm trying to make them reach some unattainable goal. You see what I'm trying to, or some unattainable level that I have someone on a pedestal on, right? It's that type of energy. It's almost like I wish I hadn't have fell in love with you because now I know what real love is, and this is bullshit that I'm having to deal with now. You see, it's that type of energy. And I didn't mean to say the, you know, the bad word. When you touch me, I feel butterflies in my stomach. That's been coming up a lot for the twins too. It's electrifying. It's energetic. It's like this electrifying energy. And it is definitely through touch. But it doesn't have to be, right? Like you can be in the same room. You can just make eye contact. It doesn't necessarily have to be through physical touch, but physical touch can make you feel like it's electrifying. All right, I hope those were helpful. Thank you, Infinity. All right, Kelsey on Facebook, Kelsey Richards on Facebook. Let me know if you're still here. And then Danny and Lee Spice. And I'll show you guys again that Aries full moon so you can decide if that's the one you want to do. And the rest of the readings are scrolling on the bottom of your screen. I dropped those message cards and I can hear you came out. I can hear you. No response from Kelsey. Okay. Danny. Danny was next. Danny is here. Danny, let me know which reading. So Leva wants to know, can she be added to the list? And I'm so good. So if we want to add her, that's fine. That Love Me Like You Do song is on. What was the movie, the 50 Shades of Grey? Do you guys remember that? I just want to say, maybe have been crazy movies, but they had some amazing songs to that movie, right? Sarah Luva after Lee Spice. Danny says, being a Scorpio, I have to go with the full moon. I completely understand. Danny is Scorpio. I love the Scorpios, like for real. All right. And apparently it doesn't matter. If you Scorpio sun, Scorpio moon, I will just love you probably literally to die. 29 degrees. Wow. Sandra, I knew that. Look at me. I keep saying like I don't know. Sandra got a how? Sandra got one of those birth chart interpretation readings from my Etsy shop. So Sandra's birth chart is in my phone. All right. We're gonna go modern witches tarot. 29 degrees. Those are definitely very faded energies, right? What is it? I think it's 0 to 5, 26 to 29, 25 to 29, something like that. All right, so full moon reading, Danny. We're going to look at where spirit wants you to prioritize, what goals you need to focus on. All right, so 10 of Wands comes out. I seen that card just a minute ago. Definitely like, way too many. Definitely this energy of you feel like there's too much on your plate right now. There's too much to do. You're not sure how you're going to get it all done. So I feel like Spirit's saying you need to take some of it off your plate, like heavy burdens on your shoulders. Are you carrying other people's burdens? Like that's kind of what I'm getting. All right, so challenges. Yeah, look, 3 of Pentacles. This could be a work situation. Like maybe Danny at work is very responsible and very, people count on you. And it's like, oh, this person's counting on you to help them. And this person's counting on you to help them. And this person's counting on you to help them too. And have mercy. Now all of a sudden you can't help yourself in doing your own work, right? It's something like that. It doesn't have to be a work situation. This could definitely be at home too. But I'm getting like it's a work environment. It's a teamwork environment. All right, where you need to add the fire element, where you need to fuel the fire. So you have the world coming out, the world, ooh, portals. Wow. Astrology. It's going to be the astrology. I know it's the world card. It's about cycles and whatnot. But the world card also represents portals. And what portal did we just have? The 991. We of course have 1010 coming. Of course 1111. Diana was asking us if we were going to have a 1212. Of course we are, right? So there's something about the astrology. You need to put more passion. Okay, so Danny, it's possible that sometimes astrology is hard, right? Like it's like, man, how am I supposed to remember all this stuff? I keep seeing these memes and these little like funny TikToks and shorts about like Mercury's in the microwave and whatnot, right? So it's like this energy where it's like just maybe put a little bit more passion, a little bit more excitement in learning about something about the astrology, because for me, guys, the astrology is really important because it definitely helps me align it. See, here's the thing. People think that like astrology is Lulu Lala stuff and it doesn't affect them. Here's the thing. Astrology is in the galaxy. We're in the galaxy. If you live on this planet, astrology affects you. And the best way to explain that to you is to explain the moon, right? You see how the moon does the tides, right, in the ocean? We all know this is scientific. They've proven it, right? So imagine all the planets, all the energies, everything's spinning out there, right? It's pulling at us and it makes us act and behave and do certain things in a certain way. And when you're awakened, you know what the difference between an awakened person and a not awakened person? Nothing. The only difference is but they're still experiencing it too, right? So when Mercury's in the microwave, they're still having miscommunication too. They just don't know that Mercury's in the microwave, and that's why they're having miscommunication. You see what I'm saying? When you're awakened, you know that Mercury's in the microwave, and you know that you're going to have some miscommunication. So instead of life happening to you, you see what I'm trying to say? And you just going through life like, man, why am I having all these miscommunications at work, right? Now you understand why certain things are happening. Now you can go through certain portals, see things a little bit different than other people can. It's like you're able to use that powerful energy to your benefit, right? All right, where you need to let go and relax, where you need to let go and relax, Danny, where you need to let go and relax. All right, Page of Swords and Seven of Swords. You're watching someone, maybe they're not communicating with you, maybe you're worried about them watching you, maybe you're worried about deceitful energy, someone's not telling you something, Spirit's telling you you're highly protected, you don't even need to worry about this person, and it could definitely be like Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Cancer, of course, comes out strongly with the World card. All right, let's do guidance from the Sacred Traveler. Miracles. Expect the wondrous to emerge. Make a wish. I feel like you already have. Keep working on it because it's coming true. But there's something about the word expect. It's funny, when I first started this journey, expectations and twin flames just do not go in the same sentence. It's just I like impossible, right? When you get to a certain part in your awakening journey, when you get to a certain part of your understanding of what's happened to you, expectations, it's almost like they're required. Spirit expects you to expect the wonders to emerge, right? Spirit expects you to expect the things you want to come into this lifetime. And it's like you need to expect that these miracles are coming. It's like if you have this energy of, nah, that shit's not coming, it's never going to happen, then no, you're just going to keep pushing it away and keep pushing it away. So right now, Spirit's telling you it's okay to have expectation. Expect this good thing to come in. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I hope that was helpful. Ooh, I love that. I have 1111 tattooed on my arm with an octopus. Lee Spice, you are up. Lee Spice, let me know that you're here and you waited so patiently. Ooh, I like that, Michelle. Number synchronicities all the time. I'm here lately. They've been a lot stronger, right? Would you guys say too? Like, I definitely feel like they've just been in our face. It's all the number synchronicity. And Spirit's also doing the thing where I feel like he's tapping my shoulder. And I don't mean to say he or she, guys. Don't try to shoot me later. Okay, the labels stink, okay? But it's like Spirit is trying to like show me, hey, you need to, I showed you this number 5 times. I need you to sit down and go find out what that number means instead of just going, oh, I see 333 again. You know what I mean? It's like Spirit's definitely like tapping me on the shoulder and like, yes, you need to go and sit down and figure out what it is. And it's not just that we can't just Google, guys, because if you just Google, you're going to see that I mean, you could Google and find 3 different answers. You see I'm saying 3 different times. So it's like, you got to find certain books. You want to find like certain mentors, you know, people that have, you know, done the research and see what it is that they say these numbers mean, right? And why they say these numbers mean these things. As tips, receipts, and paperwork on the computer. I love it. Love it. All right. Is it Lee Spice? No Lee Spice? Did we lose Lee Spice? Oh no, I see Lee Spice. Oh my, I'm next. I've been waiting an hour. I love you, Lee Spice. So patient, always so patient. All right, let me know. Are we doing the Aries full moon? Love messages from your person, talking to heaven. Let me know. That is going to be the Aries full moon you see there on your screen. Don't give up. What song is that? I'm free to be the greatest here tonight. The song is called The Greatest. Lee Spice. It's called The Greatest. Love messages, please. All right, we're going to do both. We'll get a main theme from the OGs. Ooh, the main theme. I can't fake it anymore is on the bottom. Not just can't fake it anymore. I don't want to fake it anymore. That's definitely a very collective energy. Um, it's almost like it takes such effort to fake things, right? And it's like now they're seeing that the effort they put into that um is wasted, right? It's like I could be putting all this effort into actually doing the thing that I want instead of faking all this other nonsense, right? All right, so your OG message, I see the signs everywhere I look, and that is happening collectively everywhere. I do feel like they are putting the pieces together and maybe your person too, Lee Spice, like maybe they're googling what is 333, what is 1111, why do I keep seeing this number, right? All right, let's do some love messages, see what comes out for Lee Spice. Ooh. Your voice has a therapeutic effect on me. I could listen to you for hours. I love that, Lee Spice. I don't know about you guys, but I've always disliked the sound of my voice. And that's one of the reasons I didn't want to do this, right? And it's funny because you guys message me all the time and you're like, I love your voice, Rosa. Rachel tells me all the time, I put you on, you know, when I'm laying down, I'm getting comfortable, I'm getting ready for bed. Miss Tina tells me the same thing all the time. She's like, I'll put it on and I'm asleep. Before it's over, it's like I can listen to you talk and I just go out. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So now my voice is putting people to sleep. But at least it's not, I don't know, I guess I feel like Spirit's been telling me like I need to find things to be grateful for. So at least it's not like, I don't know, I guess I couldn't handle it if it was like really shrieky or really loud, right? I guess it could be worse, right? I remember the first day we met like it was yesterday. They could actually be thinking about the first day that you met often. This has been happening for me, Lee Spice. For some reason, again, remember, I'm on this journey with you guys. So it's like it's happening to me at the same time. So sometimes I don't know why certain stuff happens. But here, I would say the last 2 weeks for sure. The first day that we met, for some reason, has been very significant. I remember saying a few weeks back that many of you were remembering it, and it's like you can remember what they were wearing, what their hair looked like, what you were wearing, what your hair looks like. You can remember, like, I remember what the weather was like. You see what I'm saying? So it's like you remember the details very, very vividly, but there's definitely something about I think I'm hearing, Lee, that you're both remembering the same memories. So if you're remembering something, they're thinking of that same thing. All right, let's get one more. One more, please. It's in there. There it is. You are so different from anyone I know, yet you feel so familiar. On the bottom, I'm so proud of everything you do. So they could be watching you, Lee. But you're so different from anyone I know, yet you feel so familiar. That familiar feeling that we feel all the time with our counterpart, that home feeling, I guess, and I haven't ventured, I feel like this is definitely coming next for PLR. I haven't ventured this far, but I think that's when the star seeds and this type of thing come into play. Many of you that follow me are going to notice that you have a negative RH factor, or you have a rare blood type, right? So there is this energy when we're with twins or twins are together. where they feel so comfortable with each other. It's like you could just meet this person. Like I remember I first met this person. It was like I didn't know this person from no one, and I was very like intimidated by people, especially men. So I was like, I'm not trying to like even look at this person. But it was like there was definitely this weird energy. Like I'd known this person my whole life. It was almost like it's weird. It wasn't even like a love type of energy, I don't think at first. I mean, there's love there, but it's not like that type of love. It was more like this person was like a brother or like a protector or that type of energy. You know what I'm saying? Some sort of like I don't know, spiritual bodyguard. You know what I mean? It was like that type of energy. That's that home feeling that when we're with the other person that we feel, and that's why we feel so comfortable with them. And again, that could be, because due to many, many different theories. And yeah, I just haven't ventured that far just yet. Lee Spices, which men were you intimidated by? I would say all of them. I would not say that I actually like put that out there. I definitely wore that mask, like I'm not scared of anyone. You don't bother me type of energy. But that's why we wear those masks, because we are intimidated, right? And like now, not so much anymore. Like now I can, I don't know, have eye contact with a man and not think that he's evil and just up to no good, right? All right. I wonder, I guess men probably do that with women too. They probably go through a period where they're like, I think I can talk to one now without, thinking that she's going to be like the last one, right? Starluva, you are next. Is that the last one? Starluva. That's the last one I showed on my list. Lee Spice asked me that question like he knew me. Which men were you intimidated by? I would not say that I was intimidated by my twin. That energy felt very calm, relaxed, easy. Again, protective. All right, Starluva, I'm here. All right, Starluva, let me know. Are we doing the Aries full moon? Thank you, Lee. Love messages, please. All right, we're going to do it the same way. Ooh, this one's sticking out. We have done so much with so little for so long. This is actually, it's actually a famous quote, but it's actually something that my counterpart did tell me in the 3D. So it was this energy of like, man, we've been doing this. We were in a long separation. There was still contact, communication, but we hadn't physically had contact. And we had done it for so long and been pushing through for so long. You know how when you have reunion and you get that like, or before separation, you're constantly with the person and it's like you get this burst of energy that we all love, right? That's that energy that catches our attention and makes us pay attention to this person and what's happening to us, right? And that energy we use to create with, right? We actually manifest with that energy. We don't learn that until later, but that's why we're so excited to be around this person. That's why good things always happen when you're around that person, right? That's why people are drawn to you and opportunities are drawn to you when you're around that person, right? So it's like when you go through separation, you go through this period where you're not around that person, and it definitely feels like things are tougher, like you're having to pull from way deep down and it's a lot harder, right? And then when you come into reunion, it's like it comes back and it's like, oh, it's not that hard again. It's like, oh, it's so much easier again, right? It's funny because I feel like I was asked that question, is like, why is the masculine energy or the feminine energy so important to the other? Remember, it's one soul. Of course it's important to the other, right? But there's this energy like we've done so little for so long, like or we've done so much with so little for so long, that there's absolutely nothing we can't do. That was the whole statement, is like nothing can stop us now because look how much we've done without the other, right? So it's that type of energy. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle. I feel like there may be one more. And then we'll pull the love messages. You taught me that I have a purpose. So definitely big confirmation that it's the twin. But also too, it's like you could be seeing them start to follow their purpose. I feel like you're forgetting me, us was on the bottom. That's also really collective, Starliva. I didn't click on your thing. I'm so sorry. But that's also really collective. Like masculine energy could feel like there's a separation. It's because you're not it's not that you're not giving as much energy, but it's like you're more protective of your energies now. All right, Starliva, love messages. Let's see what else. Since I met you, I have more energy to push towards my goals. How interesting. We've been talking about that with this Aries full moon. Definitely more energy and definitely more about your goals. It gives you that passion, the drive to keep pushing towards what it is that you want. You appear often in my dreams. You appear often in my dreams, Starluva. I mean, that probably means that you're dreaming too. And then I have to ask you, Starluva, are you dreaming or are you astro traveling? Are you visiting with your counterpart in different places other than here, right? You are my lucky charm. Since I met you, I've manifested all sorts of things. Big confirmation of what I just said, right? So it's like when you're together, your energies, you're in union. So your soul is so powerful. So it's like when you're in union, it's like a magnet. You just draw all these opportunities, all these people. Everyone wants to be around you, right? I remember when we would be in the same room, people would say like the energy was electrifying. Like it was so energetic, so strong. People think that you're together in relationships when you're not. You know what I'm saying? Like it's definitely very strong. And I just will say too that I feel like collectively we are all coming together and we're manifesting, right? Because I mean, this journey is hard. I don't think that manifestation is supposed to be like our number one goal, but I do feel like, you know, spirit's telling us like use your powers so that you're confident in your powers, right? I do feel like that's the message that collectively we've been getting for the last few days. All right, guys, thank you so much for coming in here and hanging out with me and participating. I love it when we get to do these free readings. I'm hoping now that as I'm moving more towards my purpose, I'm definitely trying to align more. The spirit lets me do these more often. We used to do them all the time, right? All right, guys, don't forget tomorrow night. So tomorrow night, we're going to do fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Tuesday, we do water signs. Wednesday, we'll do the earth signs. Thursday, the air signs. I love you guys. Thank you so very much. I'm always, always sending all of you abundant love and light on your journey. Have a good night.